Hello and welcome to Inside Edition to discuss national, regional and international issues in depth. The Economic Vision 2030 for Bahrain states that research is essential to ensure sustainable development. It calls on to encourage research and development in universities to create a platform for a knowledge-based economy. As a result, the Kingdom of Bahrain has taken vital measures to support higher education in ways to promote creativity, innovation, and research capabilities, to encourage and fortify integration between research outcomes and action plans of national development. In order to know more about the importance of research and how it contributes to achieving national sustainable development goals, we are joined today by the Vice President for Academic Programs and Higher Studies at the University of Bahrain, Professor Waheeb AlNaser, who is one of the most prominent astronomers and physicists in Bahrain and the Gulf region. Professor AlNaser has published 55 books and more than 130 scholarly scientific research papers in both English and Arabic. He has been a physics professor since 1998 and has won numerous international, regional and local awards, the most recent being a prestigious award from the World Renewable Energy Network of Britain in 2016, as well as Venus International Research Award in Physics in recognition of his outstanding syndicated research in 2015. Welcome back. Joining us in the studio is Professor Waheeb AlNaser. Thank you very much for being with us today. Professor, Bahrain is one of the Gulf countries who has been leading the path to the 2030 vision, the international 2030 vision, and specifically also in the Gulf region. And as part of that, universities all around Bahrain, specifically the University of Bahrain, has put certain goals internally to achieve the sustainable development goals, one of which is the research program, or making more researches that have to do with the 2030 sustainable development program. What is the importance of having these research, and can you talk to us a little bit about University of Bahrain's goals in achieving the sustainable development goals?
Okay. First, thank you very much for inviting me to be one of your guests. Your program is very popular and I think touches a lot of issues.
Thank you.
Now, I think what you are doing is you are, in fact, fulfilling one of the objectives of the National Research Strategic, National Strategic for Research in the Kingdom of Bahrain, where I think it has 5 objectives, and I think also one of them is the awareness of the importance of scientific research. So hopefully this show will help the others just to show how important is the scientific research.
Yes.
So University of Bahrain set its first strategy, I think for the year 2009, then 2015. Then when I think Professor Riyad Hamza came as a new president also, and he was, during that time, he was chairing the General Secretary of the Higher Education Council, where they had published and worked hard in such a strategy, which is called National Research Strategy.
Yes.
And I think they put all, beside that, they also did the National Higher Education Strategy.
Yeah.
Now, those are become very important because in setting up this strategy, all the parties were involved. So University of Bahrain was there.
Yeah.
And I think to end up with the 5 goals which was set in this strategy, and the indicators set there, and also the priorities, University of Bahrain was there. So now I think most of the universities in the Kingdom of Bahrain, I think they should follow such a strategy.
Yes.
Because this strategy was made to fulfill the vision and the objective of Vision 2030 in Bahrain.
Yes.
Where it's mentioned that for Bahrain recognize that scientific research can shift Bahrain economy.
Yes.
So there was a good relation between the economy and the scientific research.
True.
Now, this document, with this strategy, will help many universities, if they follow it, at least they can, you see, instead of going to the routine job,
yes,
they want to know the need for the country, if they want to apply for fund, if they want to have partnership,
true,
which area they can tackle more, which area they can just postpone. I think they should follow this.
yes.
So at the University of Bahrain, as I said, we had but 2 strategies. So the current one is also trying to fulfill the national strategy, but we have to follow the indicators, because the one way to know that you are doing fine is to see the indicators. You see, I said, I would like to be, for example, rich in 10 years, for example. Now, I have to set indicators. What is the symptoms that I'm going to become rich?
Yes.
First, I can have extra money after, you see, when the month ends.
Yes.
Also, I should really have some sort of extra income,
yes,
either from my patents or from my others. Also, to go more, I have more parties. They have bought my patent,
yes,
right? Then I can see that I can afford buying research equipment for myself, for the university.
True.
So there is indications. Then you can see it and then witness it. So year by year. So ours is just to see the number of research paper, which is published in well-reputed journals.
Yes.
However, we have well-reputed journals, but it is in Arabic. And unfortunately, this in the rankings, they don't count,
yes,
which is not fair. Okay, for a university where maybe 50% of its program are taught in Arabic.
Yes.
And it is like Islamic studies.
Yes.
Right? Like you have Arabic language,
true,
literature.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you have law. So those, I think, they contains large number of faculty member and large number of students, but also like teaching history, they prefer to publish in English. And we, every year, maybe we end up about 500 or 400 research publication, but like 60% sometimes in Arabic.
Yes.
So we don't reach the, you see, the Scopus or ISI. This is the one of the, what do you call it?
Criteria?
Not the criteria. We call them citation bodies for research.
Yeah.
Okay, which is Scopus made by the Elsevier, where I think this publishing house, where I think they are publishing 30% of the research.
Yes.
And it is based on Netherlands. And it is, I think, responsible in publishing about 3,000 journals.
Okay.
The other one is ISI, which belongs to like Thomson Reuters.
Yeah.
And also they have their also, what do you call it, citation system.
Yes.
So these two, they will only detect or cite the papers which is published in English.
Yes.
So for us, like they said that we didn't reach 200 publication per year.
Yeah.
But we said, no, we publish 400, but most of them in Arabic. So now we are in the process of translating the abstract into English so that they can accept, and this, you see, this will help us in ranking.
Yes, yes.
So anyway, we see the number of publications, we follow it. If it is increasing, then we are going all right with the strategy, and I think this is what's happening. We see, we encourage them to publish in English.
Yes.
This does not mean we are underestimating the Arabic language, but we say it's good for your thought that we will help you in translating the abstract because it's like a document.
Yes.
Right? And then people will read your abstract.
Yes.
And then we can help you further to translate, like you see in Russia.
Yeah.
Top journals in the United States, physical review, they translate strong papers published in Russian.
True.
But this is like a mutual agreement between
like
the two.
Springer's and these other journals. Yeah.
So now there is many publishing houses which they are responsible for publishing 10%.
Yeah.
But Scopus and ISI, you see, as I said, they receive the attention of the world to inciting, like if I cite any journal which is announced or which is published in Scopus, right, cited in Scopus, then it is like international. We mean by international, that's when you write a research, at least it goes to 2 or 3 referees, decent referees. They will go through it, and then they will put their input, and then they will send it to the editor. And the editor will see it, and then he can judge if I think there is some minor correction, if it is rejected, if it is needs rewriting, he will inform you. So this is like, call it a decent research. But also the nice thing is they also give those people Elsevier, they give them any referee an access to check any similarities of such a research published, because it is among their family, you see. Like if you have 100 grandsons, right, then they have a system, you know, this one, he had done similar to the youngest one.
Their database
you
will
know,
show.
so the database is shown there. So they give it to the referee, at least you know whether he had picked thing or similarities or plagiarism, or there is some sort, even they can detect if there is a fake result. So it is, they send it to a very decent referees. However, some journals, which is coming now very popular, even some degrees, I say, is fraud. Where they will announce that they are international journal, and they have a board. They will show you a board, editorial board. Some of them they pick names where they didn't take permission from the others. And then the researcher, unfortunately, find that if he writes this paper, it will be accepted in about 2 days, 3 days, or even a week, and then it will be published online. He will be happy. He thought that he had published. He will report this to the university. The university also, sometimes, this could pass on them if they didn't check. So they will say it is international. So if it is detected by a Scopus or ISI, then you are safe. If it is not, then you have to be worried about it. So this is the good thing. We say, okay, you publish. We told all the departments, I think all the universities, tell them, okay, those journals are A class. This is our B class. Right? So also we prefer that you publish in such a family of papers, of journals. Each department said this, so that we know that when he publish a paper, now it is recognized internationally. His work should not be like a waste. However, as I said again, there is some good journals, some good work, but unfortunately Scopus didn't detect, because it is beyond their, they take their publication. Like, but there is some journals in Far East, they publish good work, but unfortunately it is not there. So now even those, as I can say, unknown journals, they approach Scopus and ISI just to tell them that we are here. They will show them evidence. They show them that you have a good data, I call it bank, on where did we send it, the papers, where the publication, to whom was sent. They will show them the comment of the referees. It is a decent work. Now they change they will give certain, this happened with us when we have a journal which is assigned to the University of Bahrain called Journal of Applied and Basic Research, which was under the Arab Union for universities, which was in Jordan. They asked University of Bahrain to take care of the society, science society. I was the first one to chair it. And then they said we must do for each college society, like for art, they give it to different university. For law, they give it to different university. For IT, so they give us for science, right? And then we started like our local, I mean international, like regional. But then we have made a deal with the Elsevier, and to make it like international. So we know what. But now even you see this Elsevier, well, they have changed their policy. And I think they deal with other journals should be coming directly. They don't accept partnership. Right? So now when you publish in this journal, so you can claim that I have international publication and reputed journals.
Yes.
Before, you can say I have publications, but you cannot claim that it is a reputable journal because you don't know to whom it went.
Yes.
So this is, we have changed this policy.
Perfect.
So we can see like the number of collaboration between researchers. I mean, okay, we praise for a faculty member to do one or two single author because we have to know that he is able to supervise a PhD student.
Yes.
Because I might have all my papers like a group with a group of researchers.
Yes.
Right. For example, my job or my contribution in this paper is just, for example, to analyze, for example, the atomic structure. And I will, it's hard work, but I can give the result, but I don't have the ability to write the full paper from A to Z, to defend, to make comment, to make survey, to make literature survey, to make conclusions, strong one. So there is a group of people, they work, it will be better journal.
Yes.
Right? But we said you must have at least one or two, because later on you will be supervising a PhD student.
Yes.
So if you are not able, okay, you are good researcher, but if you are not able to defend, you see, or to establish a paper from A to Z, then your student will suffer.
Yes, yes.
So
you should have that skill.
At least.
Yeah.
And then the rest, we prefer that you do like a joint research with a group.
Yeah.
And even you see the advantage when you work with a group, it's unlikely that someone will make the result fraud.
Yes.
Right? So I'm sure with the working with 2 is different than working with 10.
Yes.
Because the others say, okay, from where this figure comes.
Yeah.
So people, international people, they start to prefer to have like a group of or team research work. And this is why you find that certain university in United States, like even Zoel, his laboratory every 2 years, for example, or 3, one of the Nobel Prize, become a Nobel laureate, because every time they put one, they recommend one to the board, and then they make a highlight on him, so people nominate him.
Yes. So generally also the strength of researchers from anywhere in the world also stems from the monitoring process that is during the research and after. That will give it more strength. So like the University of Bahrain, the monitoring process is by the PhD professors that teach the PhD students, as well as the faculty of the university that is specialized in research. And the more monitoring there is and on how specific the data is and what is used, the stronger the research chances is to go into international journals. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's good. You see, higher education is highly linked with the research.
Yeah.
The more higher education institute, you are expecting to have more research, because faculty members are researchers. Because you are hiring people who had a PhD, they were researchers.
Yeah.
But also, it will be more related if this higher institution have a MSc or PhD programs. So when you have a MSc program, for a student to get his MSc, he must do a dissertation.
Yes.
He must do a research which is original.
Yes.
Or it's like something a unique, new one. And we bring, you see, an external examiner from outside the University of Bahrain, from reputed universities. We have the internal examiner, and the supervisor is there.
Of course.
So it is like very rigorous and decent work. But still, you see, sometimes we end up with thesis, but it is not published internationally.
Yes.
So we would like now in the transformation plan, it's just to encourage the student, the MSc and PhD, to publish their work internationally, like in Japan. You see, for a PhD, usually it is known it is from 3 to 4 years. And so I think I remember we were, I was in subcommittee of evaluating the, call it the certificates or the qualification for Bahrain.
Yes.
And we found one of the applicant, he had finished his PhD from Japan in 2 years. Oh. It's, you see, I think it will be rejected. 2 years to 2 years and a half, I think be less than 3 years.
Yeah.
But when we went through their system and we asked them, they said a student could finish in 2 years, provided he published 3 international papers.
Okay.
Because their indication that when he published 3 international papers from thesis, that means this thesis is very strong work.
Yeah.
And it is really being certified by the whole community that your work is good.
Yes, yes.
Right? So now the transformation, you see, and our transformation plan set by, I think, Professor Riyadh and the University Council, we would like to encourage that the PhD work, the MSc work, should, you see, be published. Now, we had, you see, going with the strategy, that's one of the indicators to have larger number of MSc and PhD. Now we have, before we used to have 400, now we reach about 1,200 MSc and PhD, right? We would like, you see, to make the number of PhD and MSc student, or we call it the postgraduate student compared to the undergraduate, they should reach somehow 20%. We are about 5 to 6%. Like MIT, where they do all the research, 60% of their students are postgraduate.
And you have the tools and the capabilities to actually reach that number, because the students, the innovative ideas, the goals of 2030 actually provide the pathway for students to go into the MSc and to the PhD programs provided by the University of Bahrain.
I'm sure, you see, if this strategy is adopted well by the government, in terms of financing, in terms of all the elements is there, the country, all of us will work like a one body. We will spring all together. But now, if I have this strategy, the government is just, see, it's not fulfilling it. We are not fulfilling it. Others not fulfilling it. Industry not fulfilling it. What will happen is just like they have just things move, you see, randomly. So it will not be like they will. We are not going to swing. We call it in the harmonic. Right, in the resonance. Right. But that's been. It's like you see in the military. You know something maybe called the resonant frequency, like if I have a glass, you see a lot of people, they said I can break the glass by shouting. Now what he knows that he knows the length of the glass. Right, so he work out the frequency, the natural frequency for the glass. So he what you call it, produce a tone that goes with the resonance frequency of the glass. So what will happen? All the atoms will start to vibrate because I'm giving the proper, you see, frequency, and then they will move and they will break. So then you fulfill your goal. So the same, you see, if we want to just go on the top, just to change our economy from, you see, oil-based economy to knowledge-based economy, and putting this strategy all together, we can have. We can really go and achieve it.
And it is achievable, as you said, and the government is putting its hand into the hand of the University of Bahrain and scholars as yourself. Specifically, the Higher Education Council approved Bahrain's first national strategy, which you talked to us about, for higher education and scientific research from 2014 to 2024, and you told us about it. But at the end, what is the main goal of the strategy? When it comes to the strategy, what are the main goals? Is it to provide research studies that pertain to Bahrain and the region specifically?
I think, okay, maybe if you allow me, it is like they put in the strategy, they put 5 objectives. Right? And each objective contains indicators. So the first strategy objective set by the Higher Education Council, which is, I call it, approved by the government anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, because the government also, the nice thing is that the work plan of the government of Bahrain is in fact going online with the Sustainable Development Goals.
True.
We had set with like other leaders, 193 leaders. They said we are going to fill it. So this one, I think it's like a small channel that goes in the main river.
Yes.
Right? And the river will feed all the nations. So
yes,
if the Sustainable Goals is being conducted well by all countries, for sure the 17 goals will be fulfilled and people will be in a better, much better shape than now.
Yes, true.
Where I think things, inequality or no research, no good education, no quality education.
Generations will be
environment
saved.
Deterioration and things. We can talk about this later.
Yeah.
So the first objective was establish a national research governance infrastructure.
Yes.
If you have a good governance, everyone is responsible. You see, in UK, in United States, they can give you a lot amount of money.
Yeah.
But the procedures to follow you is the governance is good. The reporting is very important.
Yes.
Okay, you report as a researcher. For example, they put also an infrastructure. They said, okay, this amount you had been successful to bring 10 million for research. Fine. Then you as a researcher, you want to buy equipment, no problem. If your equipment is 1 million, then 1 million for your equipment, 1 million for the university.
Yeah.
Why? Because we as a university also, our name, brand, our also facilities, services is part of your success.
Exactly.
As I said, I've been now about 38 years. I think I'm very much, fully grateful to the government of Bahrain and to the University of Bahrain to give me the chance to, my colleagues, my students, my chairpersons, my deans, my presidents, you see, I think without them, I couldn't do anything. It was good environment. So as I said, so the governance infrastructure, okay, they are good in this respect, but they will also make account on you. If you make something wrong, right, in the wrong field and research, they will guide you.
Yes.
So this is one. The second objective was strengthening university research capacity.
Yes.
And as I said, if the government taking it this seriously, which I hope, then they will fund all the universities to the capacity building.
It's a homogeneous relationship from student to the government, student with university, university with government.
If you are a governmental institute, and then I said, okay, I want to establish 1 or 3 or 4 centers.
Yes.
And each center should have the major equipment, especially in engineering and technology.
Yes.
In IT. You see, sometimes they are expensive.
Yeah.
If I didn't receive fund, okay, I will try. I will do my best to cooperate with X, Y, Z from outside. But still, there are certain, those people, they do something called match budget. Okay, you donate or you spend, let your government put 1 million, we will give you 1 million.
Yeah.
Your university put $500,000, we will put $500,000.
Yeah.
They call it matching funding.
Yes,
right?
yes.
But they will not give you, and they say your government or your university is putting nothing.
Yeah.
Unless if they want, for example, to put an equipment, for example, in astronomy, where they want a clear sky, and then they want, because of the time difference in day and night, that like in United States they have night, we have a daytime, and then they want to observe, for example, a certain star, certain objects. So they need educated people, they need a good location, close to the, for example, close to the tropic where the sunrise, where they rise, and they said you can see more stars. Then they will give it to you. They will not give it to you for nothing.
True.
Right? But you will spend time. You will have a researcher who will be there, who will be dedicated. They will just act like one of their workers.
Yes.
But even the researcher, he will enjoy it because now he have a very advanced laboratory detection system. He will have the honor and privilege to publish with the well-known. This is recognition. You see, when anyone published a paper, the country should be happy.
Yeah.
Even the GCC should be happy.
Combined
because
goals.
any success in the GCC is success for Bahrain and the other way around. So, so this is the second.
Yeah.
Third is strengthening the integration of academic institutions with international research institutions. Now, this is good. Like, okay, myself or the University of Bahrain would like to work with MIT in specific work. Okay, it could be initiated like by emails and written, but sometimes you have to go. The researcher should go spend 1 month.
Yeah.
Who will sponsor him? Or someone will come here. Maybe his university will sponsor, but who is going to sponsor? Now, the government should understand this, and then it should, I think, this objective should be put in a special portal with all the requests, and then it will be translated onto like an action.
Yes.
So this will make Bahrain a very good tie with, and this is in ranking, they said the link between University of Bahrain and others. You don't want to be isolated.
Yeah.
However, some countries, they don't care about the ranking.
Yeah.
Like in Denmark.
Okay.
They said, we don't care about ranking, because the ranking, they set their certain objective, certain criteria. My criteria as a university in Denmark is I want my graduate to make a success. I don't care about the others. And here they said if their economy, in fact, improved by the outcome, then it's fine for them. But they never think about to go. However, it's good also for any country to know how people look at it. You see, it's good if I ask my son, how you find me? He say, oh, you are excellent. If I ask my family, oh, you are good. Honesty. If you are my community. But when you bring someone from outside, he don't know me.
Yes.
And he said, okay, let me see your credentials, your CV, your things. Oh, you are good. Then this is called external evaluation.
Yes.
And this is good things in the ranking.
Yes, yes.
Provided that the ranking is run by a very decent body.
Actually, just commenting before you continue with the objectives, on the ranking issue of University of Bahrain's international and regional ranking, as was announced by Dr. Yahat Hamza, has of course gone higher recently, and that is no shortage to the researchers and faculty of the university itself.
No, yeah, I have to say it is a hard work.
Yeah.
I think the University of Bahrain did its best to go in a good advanced places. But I think with the transformation plan, where I think Professor Riyad also came, we did a lot of things. You see, as administration, as researcher, as faculty member. Yes. You see, because we have to know, you see, there are so many ranking bodies.
Yes.
But we had somehow chosen QS because the World Bank take their reports.
Yes.
It does not take much the Times Higher Education. Times Higher Education is taken by also other reports.
Yes.
So QS is by World Bank.
Yes.
So it was really a very hard work made by the president.
In a short time
also. The council, vice president, deans, faculty member, even a single staff, all of us, we work, and that was a good celebration when it was announced that we became on the Arab level of 25. We were like about in 40.
Yes.
Now 25, which is going ahead.
Yeah.
But some countries, they went back.
Exactly.
Right? There's strong competition.
Yes.
Right? So hopefully we can go not also in Arabic level. Also we became, it's good to know for people that when your university is selected among top 1,000 international university, you must be very proud.
Of course.
Because there is 26,000 universities.
Yes. Even the faculty, being a faculty member of a university like that, prestigious.
This is your loyalty. People should understand this. And you see, this student, when he knows that, okay, to go further, I must publish a work. So if I'm a PhD student, I should make an input.
Yes.
I say, okay, I had contributed in advancing because I will publish a paper with my research.
Yes.
If you are a PhD student, say, okay, I will work hard to do an innovation.
Yes.
Right? Hopefully I can make a patent. I can put names.
True.
Maybe it's a group of students, they say, okay, we are going to participate in this international competition because if we win, our exposure will be fine. You see, last time we had participated in the World Cup,
yes,
solar international solar race boat, and we were very lucky. We got the 4th place.
Yeah.
Among, you see, about 36 universities.
Yeah, internationally.
Right? Internationally, yes, it is a World Cup,
yes.
you see. And, but it takes long. We could have a better if we participated, because it is like 2 months. And the students were not able to, because they have exams.
Of course.
So we work hard, but there is a lot of innovation they did. You see, they change the panels to a lighter one, and the tracking, the regulator, they change in the propeller. Yes. So it is like a fun for them, but also they learn from each other.
Yes.
But this required a fund.
Yeah.
It cost us 20,000 dinars.
Yes.
So we find XY the first time, I think Babco and other companies sponsored us. Yeah. This year, maybe we have Tamkeen. So when we work as a society, as a one body, then it's fine, because at the end, the leaders work hard to make good income. They have a trust in the government has trust in the people. And this is, we have like holistic thought.
Yes, and
so,
if the objectives are followed, you reach number 4.
We will go to number 4.
Yeah.
Improve public awareness, and this is, thank you for your interview, and hopefully you can do others.
Definitely.
Improve public awareness and understanding of research and innovation.
Yes.
Let people know exactly, you see, the importance of the research. Like, you see, in Russia, before they dig for an oil field, first they do a huge, strong mathematical models.
Yes.
Where they bring best people in modeling, in fluid mechanics, right? Even when they wanted to change the gas to liquid, there is a lot. I think we have a Russian. I told him what's going on. This was about before 20 years. I think he's Russian. I told him, why you're all students above the bubble? And you see, they said because the trend is how to, you see, because when you are compressing the gas, bubbles do some sort of, we call it, needs more energy for this. They want to minimize the energy to make it from gas to liquid.
Yes.
And this is, it saves a lot amount of money.
Yes.
For example, if I have an oil field.
Yes.
Right. Instead of bringing a company and then directly digging and then they found nothing. Yeah. Well, I can use first satellite. Yeah. I can see the universities. Do you have an idea how could I explore this?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Then there is to check the radiation, the radon level in this region. Yes. Because if there is oil, there is some like radiation level is more. And still, I remember we made a survey before 20 years. About alpha, beta, gamma in the soil of Bahrain. Yes. And still up to this moment, I am also telling the government, the area near Manazil here, and there is the Supreme Council, the old building. Yes. This area, the radiation level is more than the others by about 10 times. Yeah. So I still have a belief that there is an oil there. Okay. I still have, I don't know, because this is the only explanation. Yes, yes, right? Understood. But research could answer many things, right? So instead of going there, you can make, like, okay, let us talk about, for example, innovation. You see, like innovation, in fact, it is another word of research and development. Yes. Right? Research, which has 2 pillars.
It's also a criteria of it.
And basic research. Yes. Basic research is like, I have a funny idea. For example, like when Einstein talked about the understanding the gravity. Yes. He said it is not the Newtonian one. Yeah. No, the gravity is because there is a planet, object, and then he considered the universe like what to call it?
A black hole.
No, it's like a net, I can call it, nasij, right? Yeah. It's like a mattress. Yes. And then if you put an item, which is elastic, if I put a heavy item, then things goes toward it. Yes. So, but it is not the mass which is attracting. Yes, yes. And then until 40 years, it's become a reality. They detected this.
Yes.
When he worked about the photoelectric effect,
Yeah.
after 40 years, we have these PV cells.
Yes.
When he talked about all his theories, after 30 or 40 years, become a product.
Yes.
The nuclear fission, you see, E equal mc squared.
Yes. Yes.
It was a theory in 1990s.
And that's
And it was translated in how to produce. You see, in fact, the Ernie, Professor, Ernie Frank, I forgot it, but Professor Ernie, he's an Italian, but American.
Yeah.
Ernie Fermi.
Okay.
Right? He did the first application for this equation, and he made a reactor which worked for I think maybe half an hour.
Yes.
And then the Russian, after 10 years in 1956, they did the first commercial one.
Oh, okay.
Right? But see, it was a theory. Now,
yes.
You see, now the world using nuclear power, using solar energy power, it was all Einstein.
Yes.
This is basic. And when he published it, it was very comprehensive.
Yes.
This is why in UK, they fund the universities who do basic research, not applied research.
Yes, yes.
Applied research, in fact, no, it is like, it's a work you do or a research you do that in existing field, but I want to work in part of it.
Yes, like
the laser is, even if it is comprehensive, or it's like it's not like it's problem solving, but they call it applied research because from the optic, from the waves, then of knowing the optics, you have produced something called laser.
Yes.
Okay, light emission. So this is applied research, right? But then there is applied, which is to solve certain problem, right? This is not funded much. So they found the basic research because they want to these brain people to bring something original for the world, for their country.
Yes. And that's also part of the awareness process that has to be given to the community, especially with these researchers basically going into the field in order to get more information and maybe needing access to certain areas or needing access to certain information that can only be taken from the public itself. Yeah. And that's one of the objectives of the strategy that is put.
So I have to stop in a way when I said, okay, when I said innovation, it is like we said, there is basic research, applied research. Yeah. There is developments, which is, this is a work you do to develop for a project, for a product, for something. This is like also part of, we can call it, we don't call it a research, but it is a good work which is related to the, development. Then we have research and development. I use research for the improvement of a product, or a system, or a device, or a work.
A service.
This is, I call it innovation.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
So this is when you talk. Okay. Then the fifth objective is address national research priorities.
Yes.
We must know, you see, like, okay, this is one of the weak things in the Arab countries, that you see, they don't know. They have a fund, but where they have to do?
Yes.
Do they want to fulfill the department need? Or when they hear people talking about superconductors, then let us publish a work in superconductors so that people know that we are here.
Yes.
And we are contributing internationally. It's just fine.
Yeah.
But it's good when you have a strategy, say, okay, you know, right, there is some work you can do it in this field, but there is other where there is a priority for the country.
Yes.
For example, you see we have cancer cases, breast cancer cases,
Yes.
become very popular.
Yeah.
But still, we need a research
to
see why this is happening more in Bahrain and in GCC.
Yes.
Let me forget about, I can see other research there. For example, the deficiency of vitamin D.
Yes.
I was surprised to see all people have vitamin deficiency.
Yes.
Even myself, we have a lot of sunshine.
Yes. Yes.
But they say because you have a lot of sunshine, people are staying indoor. This is why they don't have, you see, because they need sunlight. And
the absorption method has declined over generations.
That's what they say.
They don't absorb properly.
Yeah, but then when I went to the research published by Al Mahrouz, I think she did 3 or 4. But I found even some Indians who work in the outside
have
fields
this deficiency.
in high solar radiation dose, they have also deficiencies. 40% or 50%, they have it. They told me because of their nutrition. I don't know. So you need more and more. I think they said they did their best, but you have to more and more, because if you have a healthy person, if you have well-being people, then you are going with the sustainability or the sustainable goals. Because a human being is the source of wealth.
Well, Professor, we've gotten to the end of our show, and we're going to close on that. But just to recap on these 5 objectives, if we talk more and more about them, we won't get to the end. So hopefully we can do another program where we address them a little bit more. But these 5 objectives, if followed properly, they will cover the national need when it comes to the research needed to improve sustainable development goals, or to achieve the sustainable development goals in first hand in Bahrain, then in the region, then in the whole world, because it is a cascade.
Especially that this strategy also, they had invited top universities, I think Berkeley, things it cost us, right? And there is a lot of work, a lot of meetings was there. So I think this stand a good strategy for the country. And then, as I said, it will lead for the work plan of the government to fulfill the 17 goals set by the what's called the Sustainable Development Goals. Which would people think that the date 25th to 27th September 2015 is important, because you had 193 leaders. They come and then they approved these 17 goals, and with it's about 170 targets. So it is there, and then there is a criteria where they see each country, are they following it well? Because if this 17 goals is being conducted well, then the country is recognized as really a caring country, a caring government, a caring leadership
for the whole world,
caring
not just
people.
for its people.
Because it is one globe.
Correct.
And this is why we had made recently at the University of Bahrain a PhD in sustainable development, in PhD in sustainable development, which is the environmental part. All right. But also they made it for the PhD open. We call it the PhD in sustainable development, where you see the 17 goals is there. You see, like, for example, goal number 16, which is peace, justice, and strong institution. Right? Maybe this is the College of Law could supervise a PhD student. Right? If you go like number 9, industry, innovation, and infrastructure. I can give it for people in business administration. Or college. When you talk about the no poverty. Right? Well, the College of Humanities, they can supervise a student. You can see it. You can do all the 17 in different. We have 10 colleges. You see, like clean water. I think they are. Number 1 is no poverty. Second is zero hunger. Zero hunger. How could I make sure that no one will be hungry in the country? Then there is a lot of research. I could serve the government. In case that there is a boycott, what can you do? The national security comes here. Good health and well-being. Number 4, quality education. See, they didn't say education, equality. It's very important for these people, this student, poor student who sit for 10 hours to enjoy the teaching. Must be interactive. The teacher for him is a quality teacher. It's not a normal teacher. It's not a teacher who will just would like to receive a salary and he'll leave. No, a teacher who has a passion. Clean gender equality. Then we have the 6, clean water and sanitation. Number 7, affordable and clean energy, affordable. You see, don't ask me to use a clean energy and I don't have resources of clean energy.
And Bahrain is on that path.
I don't have the technology. I don't have the technology to manufacture. It costs me a lot, but I have an oil where I can easily burn it. But so help me, help me so that I don't have to spend more money in PV cells where I have resources. In UK, they said if we have a problem with natural gas or with oil, we will go for the coal. But they are now working hard on how to make it a clean coal. How they can get gas from the coal. See, this is the good thing. So we can use the oil. If we didn't have natural gas, we can also research could go on the oil, how to burn this oil so that instead of each kilowatt I get 1.2 kilogram of CO2, I can get less, 0.6. There's a lot of research.
Cleaner emissions from these products.
8, which is decent work and economic growth. 9, industry, innovation, and infrastructure. This we're talking about.
The research,
10, goal number 10, reduced inequalities. We want people to be equal. Also, God will is
races,
just
sexes, everything.
But there are certain things that inequality is there. You see, God, He can make all people rich. He can make all people poor. But this is the life. But at least there is inequalities like in the rights. Also sustainable cities and communities. Now, what you are doing, the Ministry of Housing, when they want to apply this, they will come to approach the university. How can I do sustainable cities? We go for the IT.
District cooling, you have
communication
solar,
with that.
Kinds,
you see, the computers, how to use for a city, the computer system does not consume to become green. We go for the number 12, responsible consumption and production. Responsible. You can produce, you can consume, but be responsible. Do your best measure.
Recycling, bio usage, all of that kind of stuff.
Thank you. Then climate action. Now, you see, a lot of people now notice we are in November. It's a very heavy rain. A rain which usually comes for a 1 year, comes in 1 day. And that's what happened in the United States. Where I think the rain of 2 years come only in 10 hours. So the whole town
is flooded.
The same happening now. We see in Ta'if now, in Jeddah, Mecca. We have witnessed here, like we are lucky in Bahrain that you see, I think whenever you see in the news that the number of the level of the precipitation in the cloud, if it is more than 70, you must be fully alert.
There's going to be a warning.
Because like if you have a wash basin, when you open the tap, it can drain. But if you put the level of if you open the taps so high, it will not drain. You will find a level. So this is flooding. So we are, you see, like planned for a level of 10 millimeter, 20 millimeter rain level. But if it comes like 100, which is, you see, unprecedented, then we have a problem. Then you have also the life below water, which is the marine and marine biology. This is the science of biology.
Especially on an island like Bahrain.
Also life on land. Right? This is the resources. How could I make use of the environment? 16, peace, justice, and strong institutions. And then number 17, which is partnerships for goals. And this is the cooperation. And this is the government of Bahrain. And I think the Undersecretary at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, they did a very good session. I think Dr. Sheikh Abdullah was also holding this file. I can call it responsibility. Now, we have good association with the United Nations, with the UNIDO.
Even for the researchers.
Even in research, now we are working like University of Bahrain. We are, you see, studying or calculating the CO2 inventory. It's a lot of work there, right? You can calculation and things. Also, Arabian Gulf University, they do for the mitigation. Other parties also. This is the academia doing good, because also now for the first time we are cooperating with the United. I mean, we have good before cooperation with UNDP, with UNIDO. We do like international condensed code in green industry for the first time. The fourth one will be in a green industry. Will be, I think, in 4th to 5th December in Bahrain, and where all the directors, they come and then they sit for a course for about condensed course for about 10 days from 8 until 5, where they take a lot of doses and they certified, and they came from, and those people are directors and secretaries. They sit there and they enjoy the lecture. And this is the good association with the UNIDO.
Yes, and basically this collaboration, this international collaboration is exactly what is needed in order to fulfill the research needs of any country, not just Bahrain. Thank you very much, Professor Waheeb AlNaser, for being with us today and answering most of our questions. I know the time wasn't enough. Hopefully we'll do it again. And thank you for watching, and see you next week in another episode of Inside Edition.